What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Good to see you all. Good to see you all. How's everybody doing this wonderful evening? I hope that y'all had a great Tuesday. No intro, huh? No intro, just get right to it. How you guys doing, man? What's up, everybody? No intro, we just get right to it. What's up, everybody? You guys want the intro? You guys want the song? Make 'em mad. What's up? What's up, Chris? Y'all want the song, man? What's up, China? Hank Bridges, how you doing? Howard, how you doing? Mindy, what's up? What's up, Mindy? Good to see you. You've been a great friend to Rebecca, and I think that's beautiful. What's up, Teresa? Good to see you. Prayers shout out to you, girl. Prayers out to you, Teresa. Howard, what's popping? Brandy, hello there. Hello, Rebecca. You want the Make 'em Mad song? Make 'em mad then, y'all.
Yeah.
Make 'em mad, chat. What's up,
like
Rebecca? Diet Pepsi? Restructure. Scene Rawlings, Arista, Amy.
Make 'em mad, make 'em lose their mind. Say it too real, watch 'em fall behind. Let 'em talk shit while we rise instead. Fuck their opinions, make 'em mad, make 'em mad, make 'em see red. Every damn word goes straight through their head. No fake smiles, no peace to add. We just show up and make 'em mad. I built this lane out of broken glass. Why they fake laugh? I just outlast. Back row grip with a digital bite. Turn every comment into a fight. They want me quiet, they want me tame, but I'm too damn loud for their little game. I don't fit boxes, I break the frame, and I carve my truth right into the name. Let them screenshot, let them complain. I turn their hate into propane. One spark hits and the whole thing blows. That's just how this damn channel goes. Make 'em mad, make 'em lose their mind. Say it too real, watch 'em fall behind. Let 'em talk shit while we rise instead. Fuck their opinions, make 'em mad, make 'em mad, make 'em see red. Every damn word goes straight through their head. No fake smiles, no peace to add. We just show up and make 'em mad. Talk real tough from a glassy screen, but fold like cheap chairs when it gets mean. I don't chase trends, I chase impact, and I leave a mark that don't fade back. This ain't for clout, this ain't for fame, it's for the ones who remember the name. Aggressive defiance carved in steel. Say what I want, don't ask how they feel. If they got a problem, they can line up next. I don't do threats, I just redirect. Turn their noise into content fuel and watch them lose their cool, looking like fools. Yeah, they wanted silence, they got volume instead. They wanted
Make 'em
calm,
mad.
we brought chaos. Make 'em mad, make 'em lose their mind. Say it too real, watch 'em fall behind. Let 'em talk shit while we rise instead. Fuck their opinions, make 'em mad, make 'em mad, make 'em see red. Every damn word goes straight through their head. No fake smiles, no peace to add. We show up loud and make 'em mad. Yeah. If they don't like it, they can stay mad as hell. We don't apologize. Make 'em mad, make 'em lose their mind. Say it too real, watch 'em fall behind. Let 'em talk shit while we rise instead. Fuck their opinions, make 'em mad, make 'em mad, make 'em see red. Every damn word goes straight through their head. No fake smiles, no peace to add. We just show up and make 'em mad. I built this lane out of broken glass. Why they fake laugh? I just outlast.
Well, I don't know what the heck happened there, man. But we back. How y'all doing tonight, man? Good to see all y'all. Good to see all y'all, man. Good to see you all. I want y'all to do me a favor. I think Cuddle already dropped that. I want y'all to do me a big, huge favor. Rebecca is 5 away from reaching 1,000 subscribers. We need to get that done. If y'all could do me a big, big solid, if you're watching this on the replay, I'm going to pin this comment. Do me a favor. Get over there and sub to Rebecca, y'all. Just give her a subscription. She only needs 54 more subs, y'all. 54 more subs, y'all. Shout out to Rebecca with the $4.99 drop. She said, make them red, make them see red. Woo-hoo, every damn word we say goes straight to the head.
Right now, 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 right now.
Looky here. Looky here. And the kitty needs new toys. I gotta get him some new toys. I'm gonna get him some new toys. He tore them all up. He tore up his little mice, so I gotta get him some new ones. Little fucker. Little fucker. I'm gonna get him a new collar too. This one's been on him for about a year. There's one that's red I want to get him. Because I like red. I like red. This ain't too big on him because I can get my fingers under it. It's not your kitty. It's my kitty. Sub up to Rebecca, y'all. Do me that huge favor, man. Go sub up to Rebecca. We need her fully monetized. We need her fully monetized, y'all. Tonight, we're going to be discussing the same old thing we were last night, guys. Sorry. But there's been some new video made on it. Brian Enton has made a video on it now. News Nation has made a video on it. Let's see. I didn't save that one. And apparently there's another victim in the Siders case as well. I like hearing his little bell, Chris. I like hearing his little bell and where he's at. Yeah, we're trying to get Rebecca to a G, y'all. Let's get her to a G, everybody. It's humbling, man. It's humbling. I like Rebecca, especially since she's gotten away from Toddy. She's really, really opened up, man. And that's amazing. I'm here for it. There's a gag order, too, so what's been released will be it. And all until trial. Yes. Let's see here if I can find that for you guys. I know I can, right? I'm already logged in. Yes. I will get that for y'all. Let's see what this has to say, y'all. It's on WSYX ABC6. All right, here it is. What's that you did? I don't get the crossover. I don't get that anyone can be friends with a predator and be expected to like her. No, I don't agree either. I don't agree either. 50 more to go, Rebecca. Ooh-wee, girl. Ooh-wee. The judge issues a gag order in the case against Gary Siders Jr., man. So there's a gag order. So that means they won't be speaking about this anymore. I don't know what to say about that. I think that kind of sucks. She was there with all her faces. Yeah, that's how people are, man. That's just how people are. You guys want to see some of the let's see what this has to say, y'all. Innocent until proven guilty, the judge issues gag order in Gary Siders Jr. child abuse case. And an Ohio Vinton County judge signed off on a gag order Tuesday blocking anyone involved in the case of 16 children rescued from Manor House home from speaking publicly about the investigation. Why would they do that? That kind of pisses me off. That pisses me off. That irks me. Maybe they did this because it was children and they're trying to keep, I don't know, the best for the children. But I think the world needs to know. I think the world needs to know. The motion filed by attorney representing Gary Siders Jr., the father of the children, aims to prevent information from being released to the public. You hear what that says? Aims to prevent. It aims to prevent. Let me say that one more time. It aims to prevent. It doesn't mean that it stops it. It doesn't mean that it can't happen. It doesn't mean that things won't get leaked. It just aims to prevent that from being released to the media and the public in order to protect his right to a fair trial. Why wouldn't it be the right to the children being talked about, right? Why is it to his of a fair trial? Oh. The motion, like to a fair, investigators previously stated that the 16 children were found living in deplorable conditions. The gag order specifically points to past comments made by Ohio Attorney General Andy Wilson and Vinton County Sheriff Ryan King during press conferences, labeling them as inflammatory. During those briefings, Wilson stated, "I can tell you this is pure evil, what we saw down here." While Sheriff King remarked, "Most of our livestock was kept in better conditions than the children." Attorneys representing co-defendants Gary Siders Sr. and Elizabeth Siders raised the same arguments before the judge issued the order. When we have language like pure evil, it is important that we combat that language with the principle of innocent until proven guilty, said Tommy Stoley, the attorney representing Elizabeth Sider. The legal restriction has already halted public updates on the case. When reached for comment, the attorney for Gary Siders Jr. told ABC6 he could no longer discuss the matter due to the court order. Additionally, ABC6 attempted to ask Vinton County Prosecutor William Archer whether the newly issued gag order would impact dozens of pending records requests regarding the case, but Archer declined to comment. Yeah, will that? I mean, I think you should be able to get records up until the gag order, right? If you filed for a record the day before the gag order, hell, we got a new member. Welcome.
Right now, 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 right now.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Oh, yeah. Yes, I can, September Angel. You would never be blocked here for no reason. Nobody gets blocked here for no reason. Nobody. Nobody. Yeah, my kitty broke all of his little mouse toys. I'm going to get him some more, though. He loves those things. Another victim. Okay, you guys want to take a look at that? I see. Okay. Let's take a look. This came out 2 days ago, but apparently a cider, a person that is a cider, also did this to someone else. But let's take a look at it, y'all.
So we're finding out some interesting information about the Siders family and some of their history, specifically when it comes to the marriage of Gary Jr. and Elizabeth. Now, there's been speculation about who's the father of all these 16 kids, Elizabeth's relationship with Gary. They allegedly met when they were very young and got married very young. And now we're finding out that this is something that has been going on for a long time and throughout the Siders' history. Now, Amy did a great job reporting on this over on X.
The age group. Look at the age difference in this woman and man. Look at the age difference.
If you guys don't follow her and you want to stay up to date on the latest news, make sure you do that at @IamyLee on X. She says this: the Siders files, a pattern of stolen childhoods. She says the deeper I dig into the Siders family history, the more the narrative shifts from coincidence to a deeply concerning pattern. While piecing together this timeline, one chapter in particular demands to be heard: the 2002 marriage of Richard Siders and Tessie. Now we're probably
Here we are. 2-ton Tessie. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was wrong of me. That was wrong of me. I did not mean any of that. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. It's a joke.
wondering, who are these people? We're going to talk about it. Amy says the numbers don't lie. In 2002, in the state of Ohio, a judge signed off on a marriage between a 48-year-old man and, get this, yes, guys, his 14-year-old
Why? Why? Why are we even discussing this? Why? How are we even able to discuss this? 48 and 14? How are we even able to discuss this? How would a judge sign off on that? How? Put him in jail. Put that judge in jail. Tomorrow's headlines: AD disrespects 2-ton women. 2-ton Tessie here. It'll be only the big ones mad at me, y'all. That sounds like child endangerment. No shit. This is unreal, dude. 48 and 14. A judge signing off for that. A judge signing off on that. That's child endangerment. That's endangering a child right there. So fuck you, judge.
pregnant bride. This is real. This wasn't a relic of the 1800s, Amy says. This was the turn of the 21st century. This details of the court filing and the court's approval are wild, she says. So here's what the judge said in this case. When questioned years later, the judge who approved the union claimed that he only vaguely remembered this case. I don't know how you could forget a case like that unless it just happens often. Also, there was a lack of oversight because there was no intervention from the Children's Protective Services. No prosecutors were involved. A child's future was decided in a vacuum, and the court filings and the court failed to provide the most basic safeguards. Now, we got to find out what state this happened in, because I don't think that there's any states where a 14-year-old could marry a 48-year-old. But again, we've seen crazier things. So also she says there was a lack of oversight because there was no intervention from Child Protective Services. No prosecutors were involved. And as I mentioned, the child's future was decided in a vacuum. The legal loophole on this is that legal experts interviewed on this case have stated flatly that law enforcement should have been alerted. The fact that they
Yes, I do, September Angel. I sure do.
weren't speak volumes about the culture of the time and place. Now, what happened? Tessie eventually broke her silence. While she expressed that she does not regret her own path, her reflection on the matter is chilling indictment of the system. Here's what she had to say. Yes, some get pregnant before 18, but if the father truly loves her, he'll wait years to marry her.
Yes. First of all, let's just say this. I don't agree with screwing anyone under the age of 18 at all. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's right. You're a fucking chomo. Period. But nonetheless, I cannot find one reason why a 14-year-old should be married. Give me just one. One, chat. Just one. One reason. One good reason. I can see 18 and 16, 18, 15, stuff like that, right? But 48 and 14? He's 34 years older than her. And she's 14. So that's not someone, that's a fucking child molester. That's not someone that's in love. This is a fucking chomo. He's a chomo. Yeah, she was pregnant. So he was having sex with a child. With a fucking kid. You old, nasty fuck. You old, nasty fuck. Yeah, the judge needs to go to jail. Can the judge go to jail, please? What? I don't care if the parents are signing off on it. I don't. I don't care. Mm-mm. Look at my guy's face up here. Look at my guy's face up here. That is a fucking sicko. I can't think of a reason either. Yeah, that AB takes care of these days pedophiles are they're sent away. It doesn't happen anymore, Chris. Pedophiles are going to their own prisons now. I gotta get one reason on why this had happened. Toddy would go with Toddy would go female. Whatever's between your legs is where you go. What's up, Stace? Whatever is between your legs is where you will go to prison to. But I suggest that within 10 years, they'll start building prisons for people that are on the fence on who they are. Who fucking knows, man? But as of right now, whatever's between your legs is where you're going to prison. You walk around with a dick, you're going to a dick swinging prison. You walk around with a vagina, you're going to go to a vagina swinging prison. Oh, you still wasn't sure what gender? Well, she's been married, so, I mean, she just couldn't find a man to love her. That's why she likes women now. That's all it is. She couldn't find a man to love her. People just settle
Tessie
for
now
gay.
stands as an advocate.
A lot of people just settle with gay. They're not gay. They just settle with that. You know what I mean? They can't find the other opposite sex to like them or to fall in love with them. They can't get anyone to care for them, so they just settle with gay. I'll just be gay.
Kit for change, firmly believing that
Now, if you go to jail, you'll probably be thrown into like a homosexual dorm or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Phil's gay. Maybe somebody should ask him. And if anybody tells you that they don't want to give you an answer, like if you go, "Hey, Phil, are you gay?" and he don't go, "No," then he's gay. You know, like, "Hey, are you gay?" No. That's all it takes.
the age of 18 should be the absolute non-negotiable floor for marriage.
This is a brother to Gary
She is
Siders
a voice
Sr.
for the version of herself that was denied the right to childhood. So how is this important to the Siders case? You're probably wondering. This isn't about one marriage. It's about a family culture where child marriage appears to have been normalized. And I don't believe in coincidences. From Elizabeth marrying at 15 to Gary Jr., and Gary Jr.'s sister did the same. The Siders family tree is marred by
Gary Jr.'s sister.
These types of unions. Richard Siders passed away in September of 2025, but his marriage to Tessie lasted over 2 decades. And that's who you see.
So this is who you see right here. This is Gary Siders Sr., the old man's brother. I mean, they were together forever, 2 decades, but when you get with a kid that's 14 years old, I doubt they're ever going to leave you. You're grooming them. You're platforming their life. You know? Especially when you make them grow up thinking that they don't have to work. You'll be the provider of the family. Yeah, women will fall into that really fast, especially a very young woman. What did she see in him? I don't know. Maybe had his own house, maybe had his own car, an own truck or something. That's the only thing I could think of that a 14-year-old girl would see in that. This is not common. Yeah, this guy is the brother. You're exactly right, Teresa. This is Gary's brother that also did the same fucking
In
shit.
the picture, a lifetime built on a foundation that never should have been legal in the first place. And Amy says, as she continues this investigation, she's looking to how the institutional loopholes were exploited over the years. The records are public and the history is clear. And the question remains, who was protecting these children? Nobody when it comes to these 16 children.
Well, Kathleen, it's been said that the Elizabeth woman, she was given away at a very young age. So apparently her family didn't care about her at all. And you might want to watch where you come, what channels you go to, Miss Fleck. Toddy will get mad at you. Hanging out over here, hanging out in Rebecca's, you're hanging out with all her ops. She will get mad at you. Because, you're not allowed to watch whoever you want to. You're not allowed to converse with whoever you want to, Miss Fleck. You're under Toddy's.
And how did this become standard procedure in Gallia County? Stay tuned. The investigation continues. And people, of course, in the comments of this post are absolutely shocked. Of course, You see Tetsie and
generational
Richard there, and then
abuse.
we've got the current Siders family, which we're talking about. This is insane. I'm not going to read the comments.
See, the age difference isn't that much different. Isn't that bad with this family? It's the 16 children she had. It's the amount of children this young lady was having. She married at 15 to a guy that was 18. I'm not going to think that's too horrible, right? I'm just saying, I don't think anyone she's got lots of moles. She can have a mole. I don't care. This is a public channel. So anything I say or do on this channel, I hope other people see. I don't know why people run back over to Toddy or run back whoever they tell. Oh my God, AJ was talking about you. No shit, Sherlock. This is a public channel. Yeah, it's public. I said it right here, and I hope that you saw it. It isn't a fact that, ooh, I said it. No, I hope you've seen it. I hope you heard it. And I hope you don't like it.
Because people are absolutely pissed about this, and rightfully.
That's my point. That's my point exactly. Why are they allowing these kids to be married under 18? Why? Why? I just don't get it.
So, but we've got to hear from some of the neighbors in this case, because people are still finding out what happened in their own neighborhood, in their own community. And there's a lot of shock and disgust going around when it comes to this case. So check this out from WOWK13 there in Ohio.
So much while the investigation continues in the Siders case, neighbors say they're still struggling to process what happened in their community. Neighbors said they never realized children were living inside that home, despite living nearby for years. One neighbor who asked to remain anonymous says the situation has left many of them shocked and frustrated, especially as outsiders question why no one knew.
Live on the street before their house. We've lived there almost 8 years. There's been several times we've walked my grandkids and my kids. We've all walked up and down that street. There's never been a sign of any child. I've never seen the adults, only in the store. And as far as like people questioning how neighbors didn't know or whatever, you never knew there was a child there. That's what's the most upsetting part about it. As a mother and a grandmother,
Crazy.
I just don't understand the logic.
The neighbor, like many other people.
So there's a neighbor right there. See, they can keep everything in court quiet, but what they can't do is keep the public quiet, keep family members quiet. I just really hope the kids can move on and have somewhat normal and successful lives. I think they can. I think they can. Especially if they didn't really have to endure any abuse like physical. And I'm not saying that emotional abuse or mental abuse isn't just as bad. But, you know, I just hope that they weren't abused. Oh, yeah, Peachy, we're good at this, baby. We're very, very good at this.
People from Hamden says she hopes people don't judge the entire village based on this one situation, adding it's a close-knit community where people would have stepped in if they knew that children needed help.
And again, it sounds like they were experts at being isolated and not having people look into what was going on there.
Yeah. And how long can somebody do that, you think? How long do you think somebody could do that? Well, call them out, Angela, because I don't know of anybody in this chat that said bad things. I've seen others say bad things and then not come back, but I don't know of any that have said anything that are still up in here. Call them out, Angela. That's what we like. Call them out. What's up, L Kizzy? Ew, little kitty kitty.
Because there were reports that there have been people who worked at stores nearby, Dollar General, other places that saw the children at times, but didn't make the connection to where they were at. Also, I obviously didn't see all 16 children at one time. I find it hard to believe if they were taking the kids in and out of the house that neighbors close by wouldn't have seen anything. I'm going to be honest. I'm not calling anybody a liar, but I could understand if someone were close by. And
ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, this is how you start to see people like Kathleen change, though. And it's going to piss Toddy off. It is. It's going to piss Toddy off. Now you're starting to see people that were up under Toddy start to branch out and say, well, hold on. I should be able to speak in this chat. I should be able to talk with these people. They think like me sometimes, or these people think like me as well. I should be able to talk over there. And you're right. And you know what you did? I don't either. To be honest, I don't believe half the people I talk to, right? I'm more of one of them people that you got to show me. I'm not from Missouri, but hey. And I think that is the truth, yo. It's not going to piss anybody over here off. It's going to piss off Toddy's what it's going to do. Think about that, chat.
They maybe saw something
because she should
they
be
don't
able
want to admit that now.
She should be able to go into other channels. She should feel bad for talking bad about me and like never knowing who I am, never having a conversation with me, only judging me off clearly what Toddy says. And I think that just proves that what Toddy is saying about me, nobody's listening. Nobody's believing her. You know? Like, why would you want to come over here to a channel that beats on children, beats his ex-old lady, beats his own kids, you know? Why would you want to do that? Because you probably don't think it's true, huh?
And potentially be held liable. Let's just be real, right, guys? I mean, can you imagine being in this situation and you seeing a kid coming in and out of the house?
I'm sorry.
And then maybe you haven't seen them for a couple days. I wonder what's going on. And then you find out a few days later that something happened to that kid. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't speak up in that case because, I mean, it's too late at that point. Crazy. Also, we're going to hear about this preliminary hearing again that we talked about in another.
All right, man, we're going to be going into another one. Hold on, let me find this. There's a few different things that we want to discuss on this. I'm just having a stream tonight, y'all. This is just an open chat stream. The topic is the 16 children, but we can talk about whatever y'all want, man. What's up, Peachy Earth? How you doing, Earth Angel? A little bit of Lisa. A little bit of Lisa. You know, I'm one of those people. I don't know. I'm a rare breed, y'all. I'm a rare fucking breed. When I say I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. When I say that I don't fuck with Toddy and people like Toddy, I absolutely mean it. That means you're never going to see me hanging out over there in Toddy's chat. That means you're never going to see me hanging out with people that fuck with Toddy, because guess what? I don't fuck with people like that. Straight up. I just don't, man. And when I say I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. It's as simple as that. I don't have to come on here and talk about you to not fuck with you. I don't have to come on here and dog you every day. But I just won't fuck with you. My morals stand firm on this here YouTube streets. Yep. Because you're going to be judged on here just like you're going to be judged anywhere else. Every 3 or 4 months, there's usually a riff in the community where there's some drama started by somebody that was in the community that detracts or whatever. That always happens. That's been happening for the last 4 years with me being on YouTube. I know how the game goes. I just do. What's up, Patchouli? Oh, my people are just giving her the rundown. Just seeing, you know. She said bad things about me, dude. Like, I think she did. I mean, other people are saying she did. But that's just the first step of you knowing that people aren't fucking with her too. Like, you have a moderator of Toddy's out publicly speaking on channels where they're known to not like Toddy. Toddy should be aware. I mean, you should be aware, Toddy. You should be aware. People don't fucking believe your bullshit. People don't believe your bullshit. We got News Nation on this now, y'all.
Ever since 16 children, ranging in age from 1.5 to 18, were allegedly found living inside a 12 by 12-foot room inside a dilapidated feces.
Did you guys see that? I just caught that. Look at this.
Ranging in age from 1.5 to 18, were allegedly found living inside a 12.
That man is ripping down where, like, no, you should watch whatever you want, Kathleen. They're ripping down boards that family has up on their house, dude. What's up, tattoo girl? They're ripped. Like, this house was boarded up on its. Who had this house boarded up? They had it boarded up, right? This is like the first day, so they were ripping the boards down that family had up, dude. Look at this shit. Like, those boards are on the inside. Usually when you board up something, it's boarded up from the outside. Yeah, they had those boards up. The family did. Ooh, that's scary, dude, to live in, man. And the biggest thing that gets me, man, all of them in that house, and there wasn't any TVs, there wasn't a computer, there wasn't anything for like any kind of like entertainment, man. So the kids couldn't escape. Ooh. Oh yeah, it was definitely to gain entry, right? Busted out window, so they boarded it up. I can see that. I can see that. But damn, man, the whole fucking window.
By 12-foot room
Yeah, he
inside a
ripped that down.
dilapidated, feces-covered house in Hamden, Ohio. Much of the reporting has focused on the background of the young mother in this case, Elizabeth Siders. But of course, as we know, Elizabeth Siders isn't the only defendant. She wasn't the only adult who was living in that so-called house of horrors.
Man.
No, her husband, Gary Siders Jr., his parents, Gary Siders Sr.
When I was younger, dude, these kind of cases didn't even cross my mind, man. I don't know if they had AC. I don't know. When I was younger, dude, these kinds of things didn't cross my mind, man. But now that I'm older and I have children, I've raised my children. I know what it took. I know what kind of blood, sweat, and tears baby mama went through, I went through. Like, I know what it's taken to go through the raising of a family, right? I never even had to whip my kids, okay? I can't think of one time at all that I had to spank my child. I can't. Not one time. I was always pretty good with my voice, you know. I was always pretty good with putting some fear in them without having to put no fucking harm to them, you know. And I always think from the very beginning of raising them, they just knew dad meant business, you know. So it was never a question on how to like having to whip my kids for them to learn or pay attention or anything like that. But this is a little bit like further than that, even a whooping. Like you're holding your kids hostage at this point. Yeah, I don't fuck with roaches. I don't fuck with any house infestation animal. It gives me the creeps, dude. Look like somebody would go into rages. You think so? Yeah, they didn't have anything worth value. Like nothing was worth value, y'all. Nothing.
Christina Siders. They all live there too. They've all been arrested. They're all facing criminal charges. But now, LA Magazine contributor Lauren Conlon has been doing a deep dive into this case to learn more about the rest of the family, how it was possible for such alleged atrocities to go on for so long, and what she found out could change this case. Welcome back, Lauren. Good to see you as always. First, I just got to start with Gary
What'd
Siders
you find
Sr.
out, dude?
There's going to be an evaluation about the insanity defense, about competency to stand.
Yeah, they said that some of the kids were so bad that they weren't even going to make it a few more days. Think about that. They weren't even going to make it a few more days, chat. Could the media be blowing it up? It's what these attorneys want us to believe. It's what the attorneys want us to believe. Oh, the media is just blowing it up. But that wasn't the media telling us. That was the attorney general, bro. That was people that were on the case, bro. That were people that went there and seen it, bro. I don't know either, Rebecca. They showed that one room that had a bed in it, it looked like, on the floor. But where did anyone sleep in that house? Yeah, I can't think about roaches. No way, Jose. The Siders need to be punished. Absolutely.
Which, by the way, is different than insanity. Just if he understands the case against him and can participate in his own defense. What's going on there?
Yes, exactly, Jesse. As you said, these are two separate issues here, and a judge has ordered evaluations on both. So one, they are ordering a competency to stand trial evaluation because per Gary Siders Sr.'s attorney, when he was initially arrested and he was arraigned, he had no idea what was going on. He couldn't really identify the judge's role, not even his own lawyer's role. And so as a defendant, you really need to be capable to help with your own defense, and they're not sure that that's going to happen. Additionally, the NGI plea is being explored because he will be evaluated to see if
he's already
was possibly mentally incapacitated during the time that this alleged crime occurred.
Right.
However, it does seem like, from what we know so far, this neglect or alleged neglect was ongoing. So we'll see what happens with that. But I mean, Jesse, it does seem like.
Are they all out? Are they all out of the hospital, Cuddle? Yeah, I like him too.
yeah, he might have some diminished capacity here.
And that's interesting for insanity. Usually it's about one isolated incident. If you talk about a prolonged period of time,
You know what's the most sickest part of this? Here this old man is. What's up, man? Getting ready to get off of this by reason of insanity when he might even be the cause. Think about that. Yeah, the father is released. The kids are already out. Good. Rats can make kids sick. Roaches can make anybody sick. You know, roaches can lay eggs in your fucking ears and all kinds of things, man. Roaches don't care what they crawl on. You know? Flies, mice, fucking I can't even think about the bed bugs. But you know what? They're in better care right now. Oh, we blocked. She just hasn't given us a reason. She's no reason yet.
to show that he was insane throughout that whole period. Let me ask you this. The way this all started, right? Early reports suggested that the first search, how this was all discovered by police, right, stemmed from a warrant for Gary Siders Jr.'s public indecency case. But I understand.
No, I think bed bugs are in couches and all kinds of shit too, right? You know they had a bunch of bites. Oh man, dude. Vermin. Yep. It's sad. You can get bed bugs sitting on a bus. Bed bugs are even in wood like shells. Are you? Yeah, I've seen them pretty bad. I've seen them on man. Go on YouTube, dude. You go on YouTube and some of them people that work for them bed bug places show them videos. Oh my God, dude. I would fucking just burn the place. Just burn it down. It showed bed bugs all the way up the wall, dude. Yep, they were in the wall sockets. They were in people's fucking they were in the people's curtains. Like all through the curtains. I was like, But how do you even make yourself live in these conditions, dude? It has to start where it's not that bad and it progressively gets worse. So before it progressively gets worse, you got to stop that. Something's got to click in your brain to say, this cannot continue. We're living in filth. Bugs are biting us every night. We got to change this. And there was never, ever that change. Bed bugs. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, bro. I couldn't even dream of thinking of that shit, dude. Hell no. I know enough people that have went through that shit. I had a buddy. He ended up with them. Oh man, he played hell getting rid of them motherfuckers. He got rid of them though, but he played hell.
And you learn that might not be accurate?
Yes, I thought it was from these charges as well. There's about 4 separate charges for public indecency in May of 2026, but his lawyers kind of spoke out and said, look, I don't think this is the case. I would be very surprised if this was the case that, these investigators showed up at the house, kind of guns blazing, if you will, for a public indecency charge or two. So we don't know at this moment.
Yeah. I've heard about it, Lee. living in apartments, they can go through the walls to other apartments. Man. Don't even get me thinking about that. I'll gas this motherfucker every day. I live in apartments. I'll gas my house every day. My poor kitty. I can't gas it. I'm not sure if she's pregnant right now, Rista. I heard like a rumor, I think, of it, but I haven't heard anything come out. And the jail would know by now. The jail would know. I think it would have gotten out by now. Yeah, I don't play with bugs, man. What's up, Shorty Pie? Shorty Pie. So he's in Southeastern Ohio Regional Jail. We don't do that here. They got, like, West Virginia does that too, where they have regional jails. I guess the population's so low that they can have, like, regional jails. You know? That's not how it rolls in my state. We got county jails. Whatever county you're arrested in, that's the county jail you go to. You have empathy for the young lady? I'm holding mine. Yeah, mine too, Teresa. I had to stop talking about it. I'm holding my empathy for this young girl to see just how bad, or if she's a victim in some case. I'm holding it. I'm holding my empathy, man. I don't think she deserves it just yet. Because how can you fucking possibly allow 16 kids to be living like this and you not do nothing? You just keep popping kids out. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, I can't do that. No way, Jose. I gotta think that yeah, that she had to know that they were living bad. She had to know if some of them had social media, because they would then see how well other people are living, right? Right? Like, you're getting an outside look at the world. You think she might have been controlled? Of course, of course, of course. Of course she was controlled. She was controlled from the very get-go. She married at 15, thinking that she was, having this beautiful life with her husband. That's control. What's up, Angela? So there was a sense of being controlled there, absolutely. Is that enough to, like, not say something, like not reach out to get help? Like, let's say you're poor, right? Why aren't you going to, like, food banks? Why aren't you going to, like, places that are going to give you assistance? Apparently, the only people that were getting anything in this house were the damn grown up, the older ones. The two older people got SSI and disability. They got help with their rent. I did hear they got help with their rent. So they were living off just grandma and grandpa's money. And that just makes no sense to me. Like, this piece of shit here, if he can't work, then go file for disability. Goddamn, she should be on disability for having 16 fucking kids in 15 years. Like, what? That's a disability case right there. Is that enough to not throw the trash out of the house? Facts. The son drove DoorDash. Yeah, get a fucking job, bud. You don't have 16 children and think you can't work. Like, what? You can't have one kid and think you're not going to work. Ain't going to happen.
Why they were at the house, but hopefully we will find out soon.
But just to be clear, they're not saying, oh my gosh, police didn't have the proper warrant, that the search of the property wasn't lawful. They're just saying if they went.
No, they said that these were all hospital births, that they just kept moving. No, I couldn't imagine. No.
And they probably knew something else.
Correct.
Okay.
It seems like at this point it was about something else. We just don't know what that is.
Local station WBNS 10 spoke with employees at a Dollar General who recognized the family. We've all been wondering, did anybody notice anything about them? So what did these people know in the store?
Yes, this is really interesting. I've seen several interviews with locals and yes, including a Dollar General employee who stated that members of the Siders family, namely Elizabeth Siders and Gary Jr., would come into the store at night is when they saw them. And there was a pretty terrible odor to the point that this employee said she kind of had to Lysol when they would come in.
Come on, man. Damn. Yeah, I know. She should be on disability for having that too many. Like, this is the case of having that many children is amazing in itself, right? And then storing them all in one fucking room is absolutely outrageous.
To the store, and when they would leave the store, they would generally buy diapers and chips. Sometimes they wouldn't have enough money to pay. Again, their hygiene was very, very poor. But she said this wasn't uncommon because this area is just so impoverished. And Jesse, I've been researching the Vinton County, Ohio area. I mean, the median salary here is $55,000, and you know it's very, very small. I think this is actually the smallest county in Ohio. Additionally, only 13% of people there are college graduates.
And I wonder if that's going to be a defense. What else did you expect us to do? It's not like we were neglecting the children.
No. That's not a defense. No, can't be. Sorry. If you know you're doing this, you know these children are suffering. You know you're endangering these children. You can't get off with, we were just poor. No. That's when you have to step outside the box and say, hey, we need help. We need help. And the fact that they didn't do that is going to be the reason why this is a fucking child endangerment case.
This is the best we could do given the circumstances. We have 30 seconds, Lauren. You've reviewed Facebook posts from the niece of Gary Sr.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What have they said about their aunt and uncle? I apologize. We
One
only have about 30
didn't
seconds.
live.
Yeah, I mean, the niece is kind of speaking out, saying it doesn't seem like her aunt and uncle would neglect these children. So she's kind of thinking, you know, is something wrong with them mentally? She did say in her experience that Gary Siders Jr. could do no wrong. He was, you know, kind of like the golden child, if you will. So, you know, I think.
What? Then why were they there for 4 counts of public indecency? Three kids? Nah, I think you should go to like 8. I think we should populate the planet. But I think there should be, you have to be able to take care of them, you know? You have to be able to take care of your children as you're having them. You can't just go, oh, let's have another one. We couldn't take care of that one. Let's have another one. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That again, I'm tracking everything on Facebook. I'm tracking what the family says, but until law enforcement confirms certain aspects of this case, so much is still unknown.
So much really is unknown, including if these allegations are true. How are they able to operate like this? Lauren Conlon, excellent reporting, and thank you for coming on as always. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you for.
Yeah, Lauren. You hottie tomati. Now they're changing their minds about the indecency charges. They said she only lost 2 babies that they know of. I said she should have gotten that fucking bar in her fucking arm when he wasn't around, you know? Like, go to the doctor without him one day, maybe, so you can get birth control implants. Like, you guys have a problem with fucking, honestly. Stop fucking. It's that simple. Stop worrying about getting your dick off, little boy. Jesus Christ, man. I believe you should have as many kids as you want, honestly. That's your God-given right, okay? That's how I feel, 100%. I don't think there should be a limit, but I also believe that as you're having these children, you should be able to take care of them. You should never bring the next child into this world knowing you weren't even able to provide for the child you just had. Like, that should be a thought. Yeah, where are they fucking at in those conditions? Like, where are they having sex? It looked like everything was open floor. Like, everybody could see everything in that house. Were they doing this shit in front of the kids? Like, facts, Leesky. Mimi's 3 girls said, if you can't take care of... They were having sex on the toilet? Shut up, Cuddle. No, they weren't. It looks like that's where they were. They were having sex on the kid on that toilet. It looks like, yuck. While delivering food, going out door dashing and fucking. They're just laying on clothes and shit. Like, what? What? China baby, where was they? What room were they in? Because there wasn't even doors in that place. There weren't even doors. That's a house of horrors, dude. It literally is. Like, what the fuck was going on in that joint? Yeah, they were dirty. They were dirty deeding, boy. That's for sure. Straight up dirty deeding. I haven't ordered through DoorDash in months. It's been months, guys. Yeah, no beds in the joint. No beds at all. Where was the grandma and grandpa sleeping? Damn. Where were they sleeping? Like, grandma and grandpa need to have a good night's sleep, dude. Yeah, they up everything on the damn app. DoorDash is ridiculous. No, I had Panda Express for dinner. Yeah, where do you have that much sex at? Where are you fucking at, bro? You're going out back, I hope? That'd be the cleanest place, would be out back. On God's green earth. But she wasn't doing it at the same hospital. She was moving around. And there was a truancy letter out for her children, and they moved away from it. So she ran from a truancy case. That has been found out as well. That wherever they lived before this, there was truancy taken out on some of the children. I think 2 out of the children, or 3 or 4, something like that. And they ran. So somebody did try to do something. They should have kept reaching and trying to find out, though, but they didn't, obviously, because they thought they moved. So a red flag went up somewhere at some point in time about the children not being in school. That's another thing, too. Why keep having children and you're not even schooling these kids? They knew how they were living. Then that means they're guilty of this shit, then. That means none of them are fucking... None of them are fucking victims. They showed a room, but I don't know if that's the room where the kids were, but it was the biggest room. And it was just like... No, poor doesn't mean dirty. I'm poor, guys. And I live, I would think, rather clean. Like, I clean up after myself. Everything I do. My house stays pretty much in order. I mean, I let it go sometimes throughout the week, and then on the weekend, I'll get it together. But, like, I live by myself. But, like, 16 kids, you'd think you'd even have them cleaning. You know what I mean? Like, you could even have them cleaning. They were living worse than the Whitakers, chat. They were. They were living worse than the fucking Whitakers. You don't allow your children to live that way. You don't. You don't. Yes, they would have had chores. Yeah, why didn't they have, like, their families cleaning, like the family clean? Still leads me to think that this was indoctrination or something like a cult. It could have had like cult aspects, you know, because it's very small. It's a very small family other than the 16 kids, right? It's a grandma and grandpa and a mom and dad. So it would be easy to indoctrinate this young girl, especially at 15. But how much indoctrination can an 18-year-old do? He don't even know nothing about life. He don't even know how to trick this young girl. So it makes me believe there's more going on with the grandma and grandpa, maybe. Like, could they have been indoctrinating shit? Like, when do people stop thinking, I need to get in the shower? I need to shower up. I need to let this water drain off me. I need to let this dirt come off me. That poor girl looked like jail saved her. Did it not? It looked like jail saved her. Her hair was fluffy again. It looked more full. It wasn't all just stringy and fucking nasty. When does that in your brain start to say, hey, they said that Ohio, they're going to try to get $1 million from Ohio. I think it went through for these children alone. Yeah, none of them ever had any education. None of them. Think about that. As much as I hated school, I learned a lot at school, right? Like, I hated fucking school just because I felt like I was smarter than everybody else, and school bored me most of the time. Like, I would be done with my shit way before everybody else. I'd be sitting there waiting on all these other dumbass kids, like, hurry the fuck up, dumbasses. And then I'd start just class clowning, and I'd get myself in trouble. But all through school, I was a bad kid, right? Got myself in trouble, but I learned. I still was able to, like, learn at a much faster rate than most of the other kids, to be honest. And I went up until the 11th grade. Then I went back and got my GED. I did some college. Yeah, I can't imagine where you are having that many children in that short of a time span, anyways. Your body doesn't get to heal. Your mind doesn't even, you don't even get to live freely because you're pregnant all of the time, dude. Like, you can't even live freely. You can't even have a normal life because you're always just pregnant. No, they weren't squatting because it said that they were getting they were getting help with their rent. Well, all the kids must have thought that living like that was normal, man. They had to have. Yeah, I mean, imagine being pregnant for 16 years straight, dude. Like, just 16 years straight. Amish people get pregnant a lot, but they don't have 16 fucking kids. I think 8 is the max I've seen with an Amish family. She doubled it. But the Amish do have a lot of children, and they're very clean. They're very clean. They have like big wash basins in their homes and shit. No comfy beds. No place to like sit down and enjoy a meal. There was one big couch we seen, and there was not even a TV in front of the couch. Like, there was nothing in that house that was that even made it look like they lived there. Like, it didn't even look like they lived there. But they had been there for 4 years. I know here in New Jersey, in the hospital needs to see your car seat for the baby when you are leaving. Yep, they do it here too. They also alert social workers. They do it here too. They they I think they test the fetus, or not the fetus, but the what comes out of you, the placenta. I think it is. I think they test the placenta for any drug use, and if there's drug use, they call in a fucking social worker, make you go through all kinds of hoops and shit. So, like, I get it. I know what you're talking about, Rebecca. They were doing the car seat thing when I had children. But I was there. I signed birth certificates and all that shit. You know what I mean? But they were doing the car seat thing. Yeah. Yep. Somebody from Social Security comes in. Somebody from fucking Department of Health, because that's who does the birth certificate. They come in. You think they test the baby's blood? I don't know if they do. I think they were doing the placenta here. You have to have a car seat check before leaving hospital. Yep. Yep. They did all that here when I had my children. Yeah. None of my children's did the COVID thing. None of them. I mean, the only vaccines my children got are the normal vaccines that they've gotten to go to school and shit, like polio and shit like that. Yep, they do it, Lee. They check everything, man. My two boys were close. It's cute. I'm not saying having a big family is bad. Not taking care of it is pretty upsetting. Yeah, you having 16 kids, it's a beautiful thing, right? What we would be talking about a whole different subject if the house was in good shape, right? This would be a beautiful story if they weren't found in one room, correct? This would be like a Lifetime A&E fucking special. This could be a reality TV show if the house wasn't in fucking shambles and they were living in fucking squalor. But that's not the case. They were living in squalor because this girl had 16 kids, bro. You don't even hear of that these days. If the children were treated great, then this is a uplifting story. This is a beautiful family story, right? They just never sent them to school and they just kept moving. There was truancy out on a few of them. What I'm saying is I wonder if they had a car seat. I think they probably did in order to get them out of there. It seems like they did whatever the hospitals wanted while they were having kids, right? But don't you usually have to see a doctor before you start having a baby? You get ultrasounds, you get yeah. You just don't walk into a hospital and have a child and say, I don't have a doctor. Hi, Luann. Usually when you walk into a hospital, you say, hey, my doctor is such and such and such. And then he comes and gives birth. You just don't walk into the hospital and say, hey, I'm here for birth. There's a lot, right? I raised 3 babies, so I know what goes into it. Like you go to the doctor at least 5 times before you have a baby. Usually, you just say, hey, you go in the day you're having birth, and they say, who's your doctor? And you tell them who your doctor is. They get a hold of your doctor. Your doctor comes in and gives you birth for you. Or you're set to give birth that day. I don't know, Rebecca. Obviously, maybe not, right? Like she might not have. Because she was running from the kids going to school. She was running from kids going to school. Because she got served with like truancy papers. What's up, buddy? You want to press the buttons? Okay. Quit pressing the buttons, dude. Come here. Come here, little Diddy. Oh, little Diddy. You're the fat baby. You're the big fat kitty. He tore up all his toys. He tore up all of his toys. He tore up all of his toys. On baby number 21, CPS had taken all of them. She is on drugs. Oh my God, dude. 21 kids. Yeah, kids take a lot of patience, a lot of care, a lot of nurturing. Did these kids get that? No way, right? No way, right? You should be good today, okay? You be good. He's my baby. You be good. You be good. I love you. It's a karma, kitty. Oh, for new toys, karma. We're gonna get some new toys. 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 I don't know what it is. He likes these little cheap fucking $5 toys is what they are. And you buy them on Amazon, but they're just like little bitty mice. One of them come like it's dead. It's like a flat one. He loves them things, man. He carries them to my fucking bed.
Right now, 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 right now.
Karma's getting kitty toys. Karma's getting kitty toys. Look, I was looking at some on Amazon before I got on here. Because I seen his last one was broke. I was like, oh, buddy. Look. Told you I'm not playing. Little kitty toys. Little kitty toys. I was looking for kitty toys. Where's that one I'll show you? This one. He loves this one. Let me find the picture. He loves this one. It's like a dead mouse. So it's kind of like a dead mouse. He loves that thing. He carried it to my bed and everything with him. It's like, dude, it's not real. It's not a real mouse, kitty. He walks around with it hanging out of his mouth. Like, he'll have it hanging out of his mouth like a fucking real mouse, dude. And I'm like, oh. Like, it's not a real kitty. It's not a real toy, kitty. Yeah, he likes those. And then there's these, the other ones that are like made out of burlap. Yeah, it's a dead mouse. It's like a flat mouse. And he lets it hang out of his mouth and everything. It's crazy, dude. He'll jump up in my bed with it. And it's like, yeah, he brings it up to my bed and lays with it and shit. He thinks he's a dog. And we're getting some treats. And we're getting some treats. Dude, this cat, every store I go into, I always go to the fucking kitty place.
Right now, 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 right now.
He does the same thing too, Kathleen. He throws the mice in the air. He flips them around. Yeah, he does the same thing. Like, I'm going to get a bunch of them, and I'm just going to throw them out in the floor and let him do whatever he wants with them. I'll just have to find them every few days. Like, he pitches them underneath the couch, or he loses them somewhere, and I got to go through and find them all. I love that cat, man. I don't think I've ever had an animal that I've thought about as much as that cat. Yeah, my cat, I got 2 entryways into my kitchen, and I'll run all the way around it, in and out of it, and he'll fucking follow me. I'm trying to get him to play fetch, but he won't. He won't bring it back to me. He's like, huh. Right now. Yeah, I love that cat, man. Every store I go into, I always run right over to like the animal section, and I look for fucking treats that he hasn't had. I look for toys that he'd like to have. I look for food that he's never had. Every damn time, man. Every time. I see you've had YouTube since 2019. You rather this platform above others? Just curious, thinking of podcast type thing. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Good question. Yeah, I haven't been putting content on here since 2019. I've only been doing content for like 4 years, but I would do YouTube over any other. Their rules aren't as heavy as others. If you were going to do any like crazy kind of content, I would say Rumble would be the place to go. I've had him for 2 years, Shorty Pie. 2 years November. No, 2 years September. Yeah, he's got catnip. Yep, I would say YouTube probably pays the most for like long form content on the podcast type thing. And they don't have as harsh rules as like TikTok or any other like platform like that. But if like Rumble is a great place to do content, but it's hard to build a following there. Jake Mice? I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Came up too. I got okay. I'm trying to find him ones that like got squeakers in them. Mine like the springs. I got him a damn tunnel and everything. I got him a tunnel. I bought him this one toy. It was like $30. It spun around and shit. He's tore all them up. TikTok's too sensitive? Absolutely it is. Hit and run of the death of a lovely lady in Romney, West Virginia. It stated the driver works at a courthouse and they had started a possible cover-up. They have the person and the vehicle. Ooh-wee. There was just a big story that came out. I think it was in Missouri where a young kid murdered his family. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Yep, here it is. 1 hour ago. Hi, buddy. Don't you rub up against me. You don't love me. Look at him. He's rubbing up against me and shit. Like, come on, Dad. You don't love me. Yeah. Wanted to be together. Teen couple charged with murdering East St. Louis family. 2 remain hospitalized. 2 teens to be tried as adults for killing 5 family members and wounding 2 others. Damn. Allegedly because the relatives tried to keep the young couple apart. Holy moly, dude. Loved ones say a violent killing spree across East St. Louis at the hands of their 15-year-old relative and her boyfriend. Wow, dude. Wow. What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Here it is. On Tuesday, Illinois state prosecutors, goddamn, announced charges against 16-year-old Jameer Davis and the arrest of his teen girlfriend and the murders of 5 of her family members. 2 others were shot and are fighting for their lives. It's all because y'all wanted to be together, so they wanted to eliminate everybody that had a problem with the situation. The teenager's grandmother, 74-year-old Patricia aunt, 49 years old, cousins, 20-year-old, were all shot and killed. The pair are also accused of executing her own siblings, Quentin Thompson and Shania Thompson. Smiley's wife, Santosha Scott, survived the shooting along with Tiffany Thompson, the teen girl's mother. Scott was shot in the back and Thompson in the neck. There was a list on Instagram that her and her boyfriend made, so we were aware, we just didn't know when. Wow, bro. Wow. I seen it. I seen your comment. I read it. Charged as an adult with 12 felony counts, including first degree murder, attempted murder, and shocking count of dismembering a human body. Son of a bitch, man. Dismemberment? Prosecutors are also moving to transfer his 15-year-old girlfriend's case to adult court. Absolutely, they should. Absolutely. This St. Clair County prosecutors and grieving relatives say the teen couple systematically executed family members who tried to keep them apart. She ran away with this boy numerous times, stayed in vacant houses with this boy, and every time we found her and brought her back home, we let her know, like, you're 15, you don't know what true love is yet. The deadly rampage spanned 3 separate locations in East St. Louis on Sunday, culminating in a final ambush at Jones Park. Before the final shooting, family members had retrieved the runaway 15-year-old and Davis from a transit bus. Unbeknownst to the family, the teens had already allegedly murdered 3 relatives at home on 39th and Summit. Jesus. Her daughter took the keys from her mother's purse, unlocked the lockbox, and took the firearm. The police were notified as soon as they found out the firearm was taken. Wow, dude. According to Smiley, go ahead. Go, Kitty. Charges have also been filed against the team for stealing a gun. According to Smiley, his wife, Santasia Scott, went to park the SUV. The teens opened fire inside the vehicle. They took them to Jones Park and they fired off in the vehicle, hitting my wife 4 times, killing Quentin and Shania Thompson, and shooting my auntie in the face. Smiley said the 15-year-old girl then stood over his wounded wife, attempting to pull the trigger again, but the gun was out of bullets. She walked over to her own mother, trying to kill her, and the boy said, "We're going to let you live. We're going to let y'all live today." Wow, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? What? Wow, bro. Charge of also, okay. Holy man. Holy moly, dude. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta love your kids, man. You gotta teach your kids that you gotta be able to talk to them. You have to be able to speak with your kids. It's not about being your child's friend. It's about being your child's parent. It's about having open line of communication. It's about crying with your child. It's about letting your child cry with you. It's about all the love that you can offer to a person, to anything. Like, there's so much more to raising kids. You go to bed, Rebecca. You have a good night, girl. I'll see you again tomorrow. Everybody, I hope you guys have a great night, man. You guys are beautiful, man. Oh, I know. I live in the urban. I live in the city, man. Our days, kids control the parents. Oh, hell no. You have to be the one in charge of your house, not worry about being friends. Yep. But you got to let your kids know that there has to be a great open line of communication, you know. Your children's got to understand that they can come to you with anything. Anything in the world, y'all. There's not one thing my children can tell me that I'm going to feel ashamed of, or I'm not going to try to help them through. There's not one thing on this earth, not one thing my children could tell me that I'm going to judge them for, that I'm going to fucking disgrace them for. You got to have that open line of communication. Good point, China. I was her parent, now I'm her friend. Once you raise your children, it can become that, because now they're adults and you no longer have to teach them anything because you've already taught it and they know it. You guys have a beautiful night, man. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. You guys are fucking legends and I love you guys. Don't ever change. Stay who you are and always be yourself. I love y'all, man. Salute. See you again tomorrow.